So I want to start with the talk. I want to start with the talk, what everybody's talking about, because I think, first of all, there are a lot of people that don't understand, and I'm going to make things perfectly clear. Now, Taylor, I am a high-ranking official in the Rihanna Navy. And
okay.
For years. For Riri is my girl. I will support Riri and stand for Riri till the day I die. I love Rihanna's music. I love Rihanna's look. I love Rihanna's edge more than anything. I love it. Are you laughing at me?
I am. It's just I'm so used to hearing bro that to hear you say Riri, I don't know. I was just so caught up.
Me and Riri like this. Me and Riri, two peas in a pod. Been a big fan of Riri for years. Rated R, one of the greatest albums made of all time. Seen Riri in concert. So obviously there was much anticipation. Bro, she hasn't released an album in like 6-7 years, man. Driving me crazy. So we knew she had a child. And this was her big comeback, man. And I was very excited I was more excited about this than the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go to you first, Taylor. Give me your view of the Super Bowl performance.
Okay, first off, I think she is a legend for the fact that, like you said, she has not released an album in 7 years, and yet she was able to do what she did. Not only not releasing an album for 7 years, but also pregnant with her second child and just being savage on the stage. I love that. I love that for her. I also do have to say that I personally love Rihanna because I always wanted to possess her kind of I don't give a crap attitude. Like, she does not give a shizit, and I love that. I do. Like, I cared too much about too many things and too many people that it makes you it makes people more easily able to take advantage of you. And I just really love her attitude of, this is me, take it or leave it. Like, I'm making that money. I really don't care. Like, I love that attitude. So I thought that was really, really cool that you could see that in her performance. I looked this up because I actually watched the Super Bowl. I'm a big football fan, even though my team was not in the Super Bowl. So I had to root on the Chiefs. I thought this was really cool, Vince. So across all platforms on social media, she ranked in more views than the actual Super Bowl. 118.7 million. So just under 119 million people.
But hold on, Taylor. 118 million people watched Rihanna's perform. But wait a minute, Taylor. Nobody watches TV anymore. Haven't you heard that? Nobody watches TV anymore, Taylor. Nobody. What a joke, bro. The next time somebody says nobody watches TV anymore, with all due respect, cover your ears for a second, Taylor. Bro, shut that F up. Shut the F up with nobody watches TV anymore. 118 million people were watching Rihanna on their TV sets. Go ahead, Taylor. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, this was across all platforms. So every form of social media, every TV streaming app like Tubi and all of that. Yeah, 118.7 million. The only Super Bowl halftime show to do better than Rihanna was actually 2015's Katy Perry halftime show.
Really?
And yeah, legit. And Katy Perry ranked in over 121 million people that tuned in for her Super Bowl halftime show. I really, really loved Katy Perry's Super Bowl halftime show because you could tell she was singing live. It was a spectacle, a visual presentation to behold. There was everything Katy Perry in her performance. You can tell she understands as an artist how to put on a captivating show. And that was the one thing I thought was missing from Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show was the spectacle. You know, you have Katy Perry riding in on this giant like lion statue thing. You've got dancing trees and sharks. You've got these beach balls and changing color dance floors and pyrotechnics and all this crazy cool whole outfit changes and stuff. And Lenny Kravitz, and it was just really, really awesome. That was the one thing I think was missing from Rihanna's performance, because you just had people wearing all white, you had her in all red, and then you had these white elevating platforms, right? I felt like there could have been more of a spectacle, or more of a presentation for Rihanna stuff, but I have to give her credit for the fact that she was just singing her hits. I mean, that's how much, like, think of how much of a legend you have to be to not release an album for closer to 10 years than 5, and yet people still tune in record numbers to see you. And you're pregnant with your second kid. Like, that's amazing. And I will have to say this, because I know this was the point that you wanted to get to, Vince. I didn't okay, how do I say this? I didn't think her Super Bowl halftime show was disgusting at all. I must have missed the whole scratch and sniff thing. I did not notice that. And I have to agree with Candace Owens, actually, which I know is a very odd thing. Candace Owens actually put over Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show. And I think a lot of people were not expecting that, because she is a staunch conservative female, being Candace Owens. And she was like, she said this, Vince. She was like, Rihanna's pregnant. She kept all her clothes on. You didn't have any wardrobe malfunctions. There was no kids in cages. There was no Satan, no politics, no political agendas, just her singing her hits. And Candace Owens actually criticized other conservatives by saying, this is why people don't want to listen to conservative Republicans, because you will find anything to critique and be negative about instead of just celebrating some positives, which was Rihanna's performance of her being pregnant, staying fully clothed, not doing any sort of political thing, not doing any sort of social justice thing, and just singing her hits like a savage performer. And so I thought that was a very interesting perspective compared to what we got from Goldberg, who said, quote, it was disgusting. So I think this is very interesting for us to talk about.
Let me address a couple things here off the bat. I'm going to address 3 things. First of all, Candace Owens is definitely not in the Riri Navy as myself, because if Candace Owens was, she would have realized that Rihanna opened up with, bitch better have my money. So I don't know. Obviously, Candace Owens did not know that song, or I think she would have probably had a little problem with it. That's number one. Let me address Goldberg number 2. Bro, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, Taylor, because you are a lady. When artists are dancing, bro, they've been grabbing their crotch for the last 30 years. Like, I don't know what Bill Goldberg is, but, bro, Michael Jackson was grabbing his crotch 25, 30 years ago. I never had a problem with that, because it's just another dance move. I mean, that's why should I be offended if I'm not offended with Michael Jackson grabbing his crotch? I ain't gonna be offended with Rihanna grabbing her crotch. Mm-hmm. It's just a dance move. There's only so much you could do. I'm not offended by that. I swear to God, I had a laugh at Howard Stern, bro. This guy, he is just so out of touch with reality. Let me school Howard and everybody else here about how Rihanna performs, because you will appreciate this, Taylor. Because Howard Stern made the comment that 85% of a performance was what do you call lip synced? Mm-hmm. Taylor, when Rihanna performs in concert, this is how cool Rihanna is. When she performs in contract, there is a backing track throughout her entire show. She chimes in when she wants to chime in. She'll sing for a while, then she'll chime in and she'll sing. She's not trying to hide that she's lip syncing. She is so cool, bro, that she kind of sings when she wants to sing. So, bro, Howard even mentioned, at one point we were hearing her voice and the microphone was down at her waist. Yeah, bro, because she's not trying to fool you, bro. That is how Rihanna performs. And that's what I think is really cool about her performance. She does what she wants to do. And I differ with you a little, Taylor, and maybe it's because I'm such a fan of Rihanna. I didn't need the sizzle and the steak, man. We haven't seen her in so long. She hasn't performed in so long. I for one am glad that it was just her. I wouldn't have wanted to see the hoopla and bringing Eminem on and Jay-Z and everybody she's ever done music with. So, I'm biased though, Taylor.
I guess so, because I would have thought it was amazing. I love Eminem. Like, I love his attitude as well. Like, I love Eminem. I love Rihanna's attitude. So that would have been crazy cool. I'm not saying that I didn't like her Super Bowl halftime performance. I just thought the presentation itself was underwhelming because it's the Super Bowl. It's the mega. It's like WrestleMania, but for football. You know what I mean? If they were just regular matches without any sort of steam or any sort of hoopla, any sort of magic, then why is it WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying? I think the same way for the Super Bowl, because that is the biggest event for sports. Let's be honest, more people watch the Super Bowl than the World Series, okay? So I think there could have been more hoopla, but I didn't care that she was lip syncing. It was obvious. And yeah, she is known for having her back music. A lot of people do. Overall, honestly, I was impressed at the fact that she didn't have to do nearly as much as Eminem and Dr. Dre did in 2022. Their numbers paled in comparison to Rihanna's. Like, Rihanna, again, got 118.7 across all platforms, 118.7 million. And Dr. Dre and Eminem, they barely got 103 million.
Wow.
So that is very, very interesting. And I love Mary J. Blige. So I was very surprised. But yeah, I mean, the fact that she hasn't performed and released an album in 7 years, and she has the second highest Super Bowl halftime show. She beat out Beyonce and everybody else. The only person she didn't beat out was Katy Perry. Yeah. That is pretty darn impressive. And all these people trying to say, oh, it's a race thing or it's a sexist thing, like, just stop. Like, if that's all you're looking for, that's what you will find, right? Like, that has nothing to do with her performance. Like, we can debunk this right now. Oh, it's a sexist thing. Well, guess what? If it was a sexist thing, then how come she has the second highest rating of people tuning in to see her if it was a sexist thing? Now, if it was a race thing, again, second highest Super Bowl halftime. If people like just stop. Like, I didn't think her performance was disgusting. I didn't think it was offensive. I didn't think any of these other things. Like, Howard Stern, like, just get with the times. I mean, you tried to knock down The Rock for wanting to be an actor, and 10 years later, guess who's laughing now? Howard Stern. Just all these people.
I got to tell you something. And again, I'm saying such foul things today in front of you, and I feel really bad, but I don't know how else to say it. Howard Stern is criticizing Rihanna lip syncing at the Super Bowl on the same show that 40 and 50-year-old men are gluing pubic hair to their face. Yeah. 40.
Are we watching Jackass? Like, what is this?
40 and 50, and he's sitting there 67 years old, like, this is funny and hysterical. Get the frig out of here, bro. I am so over that guy. How about this, Taylor? How cool. Can you imagine this? How cool to be the kid to say, yeah, my mother performed at the Super Bowl when she was pregnant with me. Can you imagine how cool
and
that
she
is?
Kept her clothes on. Like, she's not going to scar her children in 18 years. Like, amen, Rihanna. Like, ladies, come on.
Yeah,
like, no person is going to take you seriously twerking on TikTok, wearing high heels, saying you don't need a man, when in reality, men are the one that invented the heels that you're wearing in your IG and TikTok videos to twerk. I don't understand. I'm not made for this world, Vince. I am not made for this world. I do not understand this culture. I don't understand the world I live in right now. I never thought I would be here. The Matrix is going to get me.
Yes, yes.
I don't understand. Like, I applaud Rihanna. Like, Rihanna just came and did what she wanted to do, guys.
That's it.
Like, even if you don't like her music, you can still respect that she didn't shove her politics down your throat. She didn't shove a social justice agenda down your throat. She didn't like have kids grinding in cages or anything like this. She wasn't doing anything except singing hits that most people know and secretly love, even if they don't admit it. Like, just stop the hate. Stop passing the buck. Stop the hate train. Just love what you love, and that's it. Like,
thank you very much. Guys, I want to remind you, if you are enjoying this show, you want to support me, you want to support Taylor, you want to support the brand, everything, russosbrand.com. Please, man, send in your donations, your super stickers, anything you want to bring up or discuss. I will pull you right